nothing around. Like this
Didn't
town
find
is
anything
spotless
either.
almost.
The only anomaly I saw was another white wolf.
A white wolf.
Okay, what the fuck is this white wolf?
Tony.
I checked the rooftops. Nothing there either.
I checked all the museums. Nothing in there.
You mean
Oh,
nothing
by
in
the
there
oceans.
now?
I checked the
I
mechanics.
actually
They didn't
didn't-
have any oil,
No.
or I didn't see anybody.
We know for a fact. As
Damn it,
long as
Rouge.
it's not as shiny, if she's not going to mess with it. But if it's jewelry as sparkly as the night sky, she will definitely take it.
I shall
She's
die
probably
shiny
hiding
and
some of that stuff
chrome.
inside your tails.
Okay,
No, I
fluffy
would
and
not.
can we stop talking about jewels for a second and focus up, please?
Let's focus.
I agree.
Yeah. It keeps on tickling my tism. So,
What?
What?
it was tickling my tism.
Okay, regardless. What is the game plan?
Us to investigate?
What else we can? I mean, I don't know what else that we really could do.
Whatever I'm feeling here, it might not be visible. It might not be visible to the naked eye. But something's definitely here, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I hope I'm not wrong about this. Why, hello there. Fancy meeting you here, traveler.
Human, kill a human.
Shit. Things are about to get really serious here.
Oh, so we're talking about killing people, huh?
Oh shit, run! You better put up your guns, bub, because I got, as I recall, 6 barrels down the chamber. I mean, 6 bullets in the chamber. So who are you again?
The name's Risley.
Wesley. Alright, what happened to Shadow?
I saw him run off that way.
I gotcha. It's the Guardians of Reality.
That's a long story.
Later.
Yep. What am I gonna do with you people here, huh?
Well, somebody
Okay,
explain what's going on.
How did it take you three that long?
I was waiting to see if
I was,
anybody would
I was
notice
looking
it.
at Spotify.
Air conditioner.
Like, I was the first one to notice.
Well, I saw him do it, but I was wanting to see if anyone else had noticed.
No, see,
It took a
when
couple
you
seconds.
the minute you notice something like that, just instant.
Okay, look. Regardless.
Shop later.
Go get tails.
Okay.
Come here, you little shit.
Oh, Tails, buddy, I got mints. So what the bloody hell's going on here?
Anybody want to explain?
Hold on. Let's
Guys, this is
see.
getting kind of confusing.
Where the frick is this?
Well, rest assured, we'll be answering questions for sure.
Mhm.
Oh.
Look at you being all fancy and flying and shit.
Yep.
Are you proud of yourself? Is this what you want to be?
Mm-hmm.
I have the high
Doomslayer's
ground now.
coming.
Okay.
There's a Doomslayer.
Okay, so
There's
let's
a
count
Batman
again.
over
1,
behind
2,
you.
3, 4, 5.
Everyone's accounted for.
Okay, everyone's here. Let's
Okay,
get
fantastic.
this is on the road.
No.
So, would somebody like to explain?
That's why I'm asking.
Head honcho of the operation, I'd say. That individual should explain it.
Fair enough.
So, here's the deal. I don't particularly like certain things. Now, we talked, you know my story, you know, and I know what you've been accused of. I know what I've seen. I know what I've been told. But yesterday kind of just cemented it for me. Not yesterday, the day before.
So
I want to ask, how old is Poppy?
well, she tells me over and over again that she's 26, but then again, she's been giving people multiple different ages, so can't really clarify.
Okay. Cause I want to do this different. Usually this is the point in time where we go, oh yeah, you're a pred. But that's not how I'm doing this. Because you've shown that, like, especially the one evidence video you have, your real evidence video, where you literally just hugged someone and then they blew away out of proportion. I saw the video, and I'm not trying to do that. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to just answer my questions honestly. And any ones that they have, you know, just in the end, this goes the right way, you end up clearing your name. If it doesn't, well, then it doesn't. You know what I mean?
Well, whether I claim my name or not, a lot of people are still going to attack me.
Well, if it
I
clears
mean,
your
not
name,
really,
then we'd have
but-
people. I'm just saying, if it clears your name, now you have people that could help defend you. See what I'm
No,
saying? We just spent an hour or so role playing and having some fun.
No, it's not what I mean. It's not the accusations. There are people out there that actually truly hate my guts regardless. Because of thing that happened back in like last year that has escalated to what it is now over people like taking offense to what I had to say about a certain group of people that I had bad terms with.
like the multis and multi-shadow exe and them.
No, this mainly just started from me and Fallen Star having a falling out with each
falling
other.
out.
Yeah, and I ended up
Mhm.
lashing out at him because of my past trouble with other people, and took it the wrong way. And I tried to apologize to him afterwards, after like waiting for a little moment and like coming.
You
to my
showed
senses.
you showed that in that evidence
Mhm.
video. I did see that. You showed that conversation.
Yeah.
You also showed the conversation with Genasonic and everybody else. You talked about how Junior, not Shadow Junior, the other Junior, and that Kyle, the hedge cat or whatever, baited you into ERPing, that kind of shit.
Yeah, Kyle's actually said doing it as we speak. I'm just rolling along with it to see how far he's going with this.
I'm aware that they're still doing it, considering in that video you opened your Discord. You can clearly see in your Discord where my conversation with you is and where Kaio's is. And
Yeah.
Kyle's is above mine. That means that they've messaged you more recently than I have at that point in time of you recording that video. So I'm aware that you guys were still talking. I didn't know what of. But so there's that. But not only is this to clear your name, it's also to hear your side of what the hell's going on, because I'm genuinely curious. So what's your side of this whole beef with like the multis? Like, what the hell happened there?
Strictly speaking, I didn't really have any problem with the rest of the Maltese at first, but ever since that, things escalated and got
You're
worse over
getting a phone
time.
call.
He's probably talking to his significant other.
That's right. But this whole thing, this whole thing was sort of my bad, because I did take things out of proportion myself, because like I said, I have my past trauma with a lot of bad people, and I don't really have any trust towards anyone else. And I mainly just
take things out of proportion. How?
Well, basically, I've had a lot of people. I'm in a situation where a lot of people want to hurt me just because I'm a normal person, and I'm not somebody who wants to commit crime or cause people strife for my own benefit like other people do in my area, that is. So, throughout time, as I was little, and as my mother is the only one who has to take care of me, and she's the only one I have in my life, and she took care of me this whole entire time, and throughout time, I've been getting bullied excessively by a lot of really fucked up people, and that has been.
So don't take offense to this when I say it. So you're a mama's boy. You gravitate towards your mother. That's not an insult. I was the same way. My mom abandoned me and went to Florida for a year, and had no contact with me. So I get it. So I'm not insulting you. I'm just genuinely asking. You gravitate towards your mother.
Sort of.
I also want to point out that, respectfully speaking, what you're telling me is not answering my question.
What's your question?
He was getting to it. I know where he's going with it.
Okay. Carry on then.
Yeah. He showed it again. He showed it in his evidence video. Here's the real evidence video. Like I said, I watched them. I'm not gonna lie. I've watched your videos, so I know where you're going with some of this. For example, the one literally came at you sideways and was talking about your mom, and you blew up on him. You snapped.
Yeah.
Completely. The moment your mother got brought into it, you snapped on him. Right? That's where you were going with that.
Well, when it comes to General Sonic, I literally brought up my mother because I had a suspicious feeling that this person, like other people on the internet, are one of the people that is psychotically harassing my mother, because the things that have happened in that past, it didn't happen to just me. It has happened to her. She had multiple people up her ass nonstop, 24 hours, all day, every day.
So let me ask you this then: How are they harassing your mother? This isn't me being ignorant. This is me genuinely wanting to know, because if there's harassment going on, we should stop that. That's kind of our thing. We're about fairness around here, right?
It's a lot more complicated than this. These people who are messing with my mother are not your average people who don't know any better, or just a bunch of bad people. These people that are messing with my mother and me, they've been doing this for years, and it's still happening as we speak, because these people have something severely mentally wrong with them, to the point where it's not just your average it's not just autism or whatever. It's something way worse.
How are they messing with her or harassing her? Are they texting her phone, calling? What are they doing?
They would basically send people to stalk us at our own home, and they would have people come break into our house to fucking grope her while she was asleep, because they roofie her sometimes. They also stuck drugs and shit in our food without us knowing. They also did this thing where they came over into our house and hid microphones and cameras to spy on us, and take videos and pictures of us instead of out on the internet.
Do you have evidence of that? Do you have did they send you the photos like a blackmail type deal, or?
I mean, I me and my mother did like collect as much evidence as we can get, but it's not like something that we can show. And it doesn't really matter to me if people believe me or not. I'm trying to get people off my ass.
That's not what I'm saying. Saying if this is truly happening, then that's grounds for, suing people, getting people that are causing this put in jail. Right? Like those are pretty heavy, claims, and I'm only calling them claims because, again, you said the evidence isn't really much to show in terms of getting people to believe you and whatnot, but those are things that would be substantial. Like if you know that they're hiding cameras in your house, right? For example, and I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm just speaking out of hypothetical here. If that is the case, they would probably do it to blackmail you, probably to get you off your platform. And if that's the case that they're doing, you would have been sent those photos or those videos. Or if you felt off or wonky because they're drugging your shit, DNA tests can prove that you've been drugged. Then all of a sudden, now you got proof. But like I said, like you said, you don't care if people believe you, whatnot, it's whatever. But that's pretty serious stuff. Like, that sounds more like a person needing help than someone who doesn't really care. You know what I mean? Especially because your mom's involved with it. You know?
Well, the area that we live in, we don't have normal people here, like I said, and it's not like what you would think it is. It's much worse than that. And plus, yeah, it would make sense to call the police and seek help and everything. But the thing is, we don't have police here, none. The people who are police or doctors or whatever in our area, those people are just the same mental people we've been dealing with in disguise. And this whole thing started with my grandparents, mainly my grandmother, because she's a psychopath. And she's so crazy to the point where it was told to me by my mother that she tried to poison me as I was an infant. She tried to rub something on my head that would have fucking hurt me. And had a sick eating grin, like a shit eating grin on her face, and got a sick thrill out of the concept of trying to poison me. Not to mention the fact that it was said to me that whenever she came over to our house, before we cut ties with her, she would rub feces all over my mother's furniture. And I believe her because I even fucking saw it myself, and it did seem like that some of our stuff had this weird, nasty fucking smell to it, as if something was fucking put in our stuff. There was a fucking garbage bag with a blanket in it that had that nasty smell to it, that something has been done to it without our knowledge. And not only that, there was one time
what kind of scent? Like a rancid, like a something died on it scent, or someone rubbed it in shit scent.
It's basically a scent where somebody rubbed shit on it. I'm not sure if that's what happened, or it could be something else that they did to it to make that scent. I'm not sure, but I'm kind of leaning close to the fact that they rubbed shit on it somehow. Not only that, it was also told to me that my grandmother gave us a bottle of ranch out of nowhere that had glass in it. Or it's something that had to do with a ranch bottle in our house having glass in it. But, that's just
considering ranch bottles are plastic. That's a little odd.
No, not plastic. Glass.
No. I'm saying most ranch bottles are plastic, so if it had glass in it, that's a little odd.
Yeah. But it gets much worse than that. That's just basically the smaller type shit. And there was one time that me and my mother left the house for a walk, and we went over to an ice cream shop in our area. There was a fucking black SUV parked outside of that store with two fucking bald-headed guys there watching us. Just basically sitting there and watching us. And as soon as we get out of the fucking store and tried to approach them to confront them about it, they took off like they were in a fucking hurry. as soon as they fucking saw us come out there.
Okay. That would be
If
a scary situation. But
if I can ask,
that's another thing where you would call the police.
Yeah,
But you
we,
said you don't really have police. I see.
yeah,
Go ahead.
we don't really have anybody to help us here.
if I can ask, if there's really no way you can get help from police or doctors or anything, why haven't you and your mother tried to escape? Like, why haven't you tried like moving or something?
Is it like maybe a money thing, where like money's tight?
It's a bit of a money thing. We're on disability, and we end up getting our money through monthly checks because of our disability. We're not able to work a job, so, and it's thanks to those fucking people.
What if I may ask, and not sound like an ignorant asshole, what disability is it that you and I'm assuming it's you and your mother, because you said it's our disability. So what disability is that, if I may ask?
We're both on disability because people have been systematically poisoning us over the years. And to clarify, one of the ways to clarify that, there was one time that my own grandmother gave me some kind of fucking flu or bacterial meningitis or whatever. I got sick to the point where I was puking my fucking guts out. And anytime I tried to sleep, I had to fucking puke again.
So it was like a physical disorder, not a mental disorder.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. It basically was they were trying to give us like different type of illnesses to make it certain
They
that
were trying to, essentially what you're saying is they were trying to kill you.
Yeah. There was even one time that me and my mother were in my grandma's car, and she was driving, my grandmother was, and she intentionally drove on the wrong side of the road just to get us into a car accident. And my mother fucking had to yell at her to get her to fucking get back on the right side of the road. And then my grandmother literally claimed that it was nighttime, so she wasn't really good on the road when it was nighttime, which was a way of her lying to us and trying to cover up the fact that she was trying to kill us.
Seems like your grandmother needs some psychiatric help. Like, my wife works in a psych hospital as a psych nurse, and that sounds like schizophrenia and a manic attack with schizophrenia on the top of it. I'm not judging you or your family, but I'm genuinely trying to give you suggestions to help.
No, I understand it, but it's just like, this is not something that you can get somebody help for. She's not like psycho in the way where that she can like get some professional help and she'll be normal again. She is so mental to the point where that she's pure evil. Like, she actually enjoys inflicting harm onto others that she doesn't like, and she's a misogynist in a way where that she just, even though she's a woman, she basically hates other people of her own gender. And not only that, she fucking literally she literally admitted to my own mother, which is her daughter, by the way. She admitted to my mother that she was doing this shit because she's a good person, and that she had a sick thrill out of hurting her. In fact, anytime that my mother had seizures because what these people were doing to her, she came over to the house, not to check up on her, not to make sure she was okay, not to help her or anything, but just to sit there and taunt her and fucking tell her shit, and right to her fucking face, to rub it in her fucking face, that she has been fucking with us for our entire lives and has been getting other people in on it ever since that we were born. Or ever since.
How would she have done that?
She has connections to people. And apparently, as far as I'm concerned, that she has connections with people who fucking own the Ascension Hospital. If you know what that is.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So
that would be the trauma you were saying you had, and how it ties in with you snapping about.
Yeah, I never was able to have a childhood or a life thanks to my fucking grandmother. She did everything that she could ever fucking do to make sure that my mother was seemingly crazy to other people, because that's what she rumored her as. And she would make it to where that I would never have a social life and I would just be stuck at my own house, rotting away all the time and being depressed. And not only that, the whole thing where that I told you that I was getting bullied by other people on the internet, she fucking did that to me. She intentionally said mentally ill people to come fuck with me, to piss me off over and over again and laugh at me for it, just to cause me fucking problems. And this has been done my whole fucking life, ever since that I went on the internet. There was even other times where that I had problems with people in person as I was trying to fucking have a life.
Yeah, I see. So let me ask you this: do you think that by setting this up, this little meeting, so I could learn more, like how I've been talking to you, as respectful as I am, have I disrespected you or come at you sideways? Have I done you wrong by doing this?
No, not really. You're just curious.
Well, yes. Okay. So, now, with everything that's been said so far, we've talked about, like, Genosonic and these people bullying you and where that trauma stems from. Let's talk about the ways that you did snap. I saw a lot of shit about...
One more question?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Curiosity.
Go ahead.
Out of curiosity, respectfully speaking, it's something I've been hearing from you repeatedly, and I want to understand a little more. What to you is a normal person? Like what does a normal person look like or act like to you?
A normal person is basically just someone who doesn't want to fucking start any problems with other people. Just wants to go on with their day and do the best that they can, just to avoid getting into any sort of conflict with other people or starting it, and realizing from right and wrong, and that understanding it's not right to do certain things even if you cannot help it. Like, yeah, I did some things that I'm not proud of, and even tell people to kill themselves, but I've been driven to the brink of where that I just had enough with people, and I just don't even fucking care anymore. And I'm sick and tired of people constantly trying to fucking forcibly assert themselves over me because of how they work as a person, where they think that everyone should just do as they're fucking told by that specific someone who wants to control people or wants to be oppressive, and just has no respect for other people's boundaries or well-being whatsoever, or even their privacy. Given the fact that, I have had people come into my fucking house and put hidden cameras and microphones different places just to fucking watch us and to listen to what we were saying. And people who've done this shit work in groups, and they tell each other what we say, or they basically just record it and just spread it all over the damn fucking internet. They make insinuations about it too, which ends up making things worse. And they even fucking make crap on the internet just to fuck with my mother, or to fucking make fun of her, or to mock her, just because that she knows better than most people.
Okay.
You brought up the cameras and the microphones again, so I want to ask this too. Do you even feel safe in your own home?
I mean, yeah, it's not like these people would ever even dare physically attack me, because apparently they're afraid of me for being bigger and stronger than them.
But that's the reason I'm asking is because they're already, you said before that they broke into your home before, they drugged you, they groped your mother, and then they put cameras and microphones. Are you safe in your home? Honestly, let's be real here. We're both adults. I'm 26. I'm a father, a husband. I've never bullshitted that. These people can all attest to that. Those two specifically have seen my son.
I can confirm I have. Same.
No, yeah, him too. I forgot he was over there. I'm sorry, Gadget.
No,
I
you're
forgot
good.
you were way
My
over
job
there.
is to be very quiet and vigilant.
Either way. So let's be real. You're 27, 28.
27.
Okay.
And just for the
So,
record, no,
like,
I
are
do not
you-
have any sexual attraction to children.
Wasn't gonna ask that. I was just gonna ask
That was
if you
never
were
brought up. But
seriously safe.
I know,
Well,
but
it
a lot of
was
people.
because of Kaio and them baiting him into ERPing like that. That
Yeah.
was brought up earlier.
Not to mention the
Plus,
fact
a lot
that
of people are calling him that.
yeah.
But yeah, so like, are you actually safe in your home? Like, legitimately safe?
I
Like,
mean,
did you
nobody.
guys change locks or?
About that, we did try to change the locks on our door because we did find out that people like suddenly had the key to our apartment and they can just freely allow themselves into our house whenever they wanted to. And we tried to change the locks in order to prevent that from happening, even though there is the possibility of people lockpicking our locks. So they sent some guy over to complain about that. That apparently seems to be the landlord or the people that work at, in the community that we're in or the building. And these people are just playing pretend. They don't actually fucking work as what they claim to be. But they sent somebody over to complain about the fact that we changed our locks for safety reasons. And what they did, and this is illegal by the way, they changed our locks to be the same exact lock as every other fucking house has. So basically, anybody could come into our house if they wanted to, if they had the key, because they all basically take the same key now. And what's worse is they soldered our fucking lock and our doorknob to the door so that we wouldn't be able to remove it.
So what I'm hearing is the door you have effectively has a skeleton key.
Not exactly. It's just that every house in our building, because we live in an apartment, every house
in your building takes the same key. Yes.
Yes. And it's the same lock.
That would make it the one key for all of those doors a skeleton key.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And here's another thing that they've chosen to do to us, in order to fuck with us. They send people over here that are from different parts of the country or different parts of the world, and they're not like Americans, and we have no problem with race or like orientation or nationality, but these people are extremely racist and sexist, and they purposely sent like Indians or Mexicans or Hispanic people over, whichever one. They send those people over to our fucking place to not stop harass us. We even have a fucking person up there above us that constantly makes a knocking noise that we can hear, like as clear as day. And they do it very subtly, as if that they're actually purposely trying to screw my mother. And it's been irritating us ever since. Sometimes we just learn to ignore it. But it's like they just do it from time to time and look for different ways to fucking irritate us. Not only that, any room in our house that we walk into, these people follow us exactly in the same fucking room as we are in. Like a dog.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my hand tracking to go.
It's surprising to me how no one has really noticed or caught on to that yet.
Oh, people know this. They're just a part of the problem. They're working alongside.
Part of the problem, how?
They're working alongside these people because they're just as fucked up as they are. That they do the same thing to, not just to us. They've been doing this to many other people who are not like them.
So essentially, it's the whole area that you're in that's entirely against you and your mom. Just the whole area.
The whole area, and like many people out there in the world. Because apparently there's been times where people have like told shit about us or like spread our information across the globe, and there's even people that are pretending to be us and getting into trouble in some sorts or pissing people off and trying to make us take the fall for it.
Is that where the hacking thing came from with Multisonic?
Yeah. I had to be honest with you, I had a dream that was warning me about him, about that. And he's not the only one. There's been multiple people that have been peering to our devices without our consent and without our knowledge of it, and have been using our internet to fucking make money off of us. And they've also been stealing the money that we are supposed to be getting and giving us a really shitty amount of it. We even fucking collected evidence about this too. And my mother tried to give the police at the time this was happening a bit of evidence on a USB drive. They fucking took that shit, copied everything on a fucking piece of paper or whatever the hell has been said before, and they fucking gave us back the drive.
Why would they give you back the drive?
That's something that I'm very confused about myself. Like, I have no idea why they would even do that. But I guess it's just another way of them taunting us. As if we were not gonna like catch on to this. And not to mention the fact that not only these people are mental, these people are really fucking dumb. Like, they think that the things that they're doing to us, we're not like, they want us to suddenly believe that we're not aware that's happening to us. But we know about it every fucking day. They even make it very obvious. Hell, I can't even go on YouTube and watch anything without seeing their fucking insinuations and their acronyms all over the damn fucking place. And now,
okay, so here's what I'll ask then. So, in some of your rants that ended up getting deleted, you talk about a lot of people being satanic. Are you referring to those people, or like the multis and other people like in VR chat?
I'm referring to those people, and from my experience, the multis are basically another version of those people. Other people will have different experiences with them, but I know exactly how they operate.
How are they the same thing as the other people?
Well, they like to make a false propaganda where they're nice people and that are very chill with others. That's only an act. That's not really how they are around other people. They're
so then, so like, should we stay away from them then? Is that what I'm getting? Because you said yourself, we haven't wronged you. We're genuinely trying to ask questions to try to help and understand.
You people are free to do as you please with them. I don't really care if you hang out with the multis or that you're a friend with them. I'm just saying from my own personal experience, he's not to be trusted.
Right, but see, we're trying to help you. I'm asking your opinion. What would, like, again, like, I'm a father, I'm a husband, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to get myself into trouble. So, like, based on your opinion and how your experiences went, should I just, like, stay away from them? What would you suggest?
I would suggest definitely staying away from them, because they would try to drag you into the drama somehow that's going on between me and them. And because they have already got like multiple others involved in this from them being fans with them. So my best advice to you would be basically just keep out of it as much as possible and to focus on your own side of things. Because
that's why I started doing this too. Like, because again, like I said, I'm a father. I don't like predators. I know you got accused of being one. That's why I did this, so we could understand. And what really pushed me to like do this like tonight was 2 days ago when we were doing that roleplay with Poppy.
Yeah.
And she told you she's 26, which she could be or she could be lying. I don't have any way to confirm. But the jokes that were cracked kind of struck me as a little weird. I kind of had to just awkwardly laugh.
Yeah.
Like the cum in the water joke. for example.
Yeah, I have a weird sense of humor sometimes. Sorry that offends you or weirds you out.
It didn't offend me. It didn't offend me. Like, I'll put it this way: I didn't get a childhood either, and I've told this to to an actual pred that I got off the platform. He recently showed back up, but for a while he was gone. But like, I'm actually like a sexual assault victim. Like, I was actually hurt that way. So I was under the understanding that Poppy was, 11, 12.
Like,
so that's why it struck me as awkward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you just said she's told you she's 26. So I mean,
She
who knows?
told me that she was.
Truth.
She told me that she was 26, and sometimes or not sometimes, but she did say before that she kept on saying a few times that she was 26 and a half, and I was just like, what? But then again, you can't really trust anything she says because from my personal experience with her, she basically lies to a lot of people. She tricks people into shit. She manipulates them, and she even fucking started being in multiple relationships with different people. And Multi-Shadow EXE is one of those people. And
if that's the case, put a pin in that she's a pathological liar. If that's the case, I say those things around her then, risking your own neck. Because she can easily turn around and point right at you, going like, oh, he said this and he said that, and I'm this age, etc.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're putting yourself, as in, you're not filtering yourself around a supposed 11 or a 26-year-old, but still 10 times worse if it's the latter. And the thing is, in order to believe her, tell her to age verify. She'll have an ID, she'll be of age, she'll be able to get verified if she is over 18. And no one can do it. You can ask her, get age verified, otherwise you're going to doubt her. And from then on,
a good example. I'm age verified.
I'd say if she's a pathological liar, kick her from your thing, because she could usually turn around and screw you over. And
could be the
when
case
it comes,
is she could be one of those people. You know what I mean? One of those people that are fucking with you.
Yeah, I was like,
so what's
starting to feel like that she might be one of those people as well, because they do have sneaky suspicions about people half of the time.
Right, so let's be real here. If they're willing to lie about their age like that, like what else are they willing to do to try to get at you? I mean, I'm sure that your series and this YouTube stuff is like your escape, right? Because I've seen how well you get into character, like immediately. Like if there's a drop of a dime, you're in character.
I wouldn't say it's my escape. It's just something I do as a hobby for fun, and it's not. I don't really take it very seriously as other people do. I basically just upload whenever I feel like.
Then why you do these videos targeting this one person who's not even paying attention to you?
I mainly just.
You always do these. You do vent videos. One of your friends even said, "I'm getting tired of this. Stop posting this stuff." Like they want you to be in a better mood, and they want you to move on from the thing with whatever his name is, Multi.
Well, with MultiverseGage and Fallen Star, which is basically the two people I mostly had conflict with, it wasn't really with the other multis. It mainly was.
Okay, let's put a pin in that with the origin story of you and why you got guff with him. Let's put a pin in that. Let's put yourself in Multi's shoes. Say you've got a big YouTube series and you're just chilling on VR and doing your thing, and you've got like a server filled with, let's say, 3,000 fans and such, and you're writing a script. Let's say you're deciding to write a script for your next thing, the next genre. You're brainstorming it, and one of your side actors is getting bullied by someone else. They're like, it's a fan pushing to meet you, and with all your stress and whatnot, you don't want to like do VIP meetings, so to speak. Like you just want to relax. You just want to write your script in every now and then, and they're being nice to the fan because again, it's a fan. They're saying, hey, you can't meet so and so right now. I'm sorry, but I would rather prefer maybe another time, or whenever he's roaming a certain public world, like say a public world you like roam around, You can go meet them that way if you want, because they don't want to interrupt you, and your like second in command doesn't want to you. So, and then this person flips their shit on your friend, like second in command. They go, "How dare you? I just wanted to meet them. My dreams are broken. I'll never meet MultiverseGage now. Like, I will make his life a living hell," and blah blah blah. And then he just goes and starts making videos like, "Oh, they're putting something in my walls. Oh, he's stalking me. Oh, he's knocking on my door, running away. And oh, this." And you know, you're on the other side of the continent, and you're like, "Hold up, what's going the fuck on?" You try to meet this person, and they're being very, very hostile towards you, going, "You're putting stuff in my thing. You're doing this. You're doing that." And you're like, "No, I'm not. I'm just busy with my script and whatnot." And how would that make you feel? Honestly, be honest with me. How would that make you feel?
I mean, it would just make me kind of confused if somebody were to be starting that shit with me. It would just be like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? But that's not what I was doing. The only reason why I did the thing that I did was because they were being.
Did I say it was you?
No, I'm just
Gage, did I say it was you?
No, I'm just making a point.
I didn't say it was you.
Making a point for what?
That the reason why this whole thing started was because they were being rude to me, and I lost my cool and wanted revenge on them because of being stupid at the time and allowing the negative influences of my past trauma to get to me. And
okay, wait, hold on. Put a pin on that for a second, because you said, if I remember correctly, a few minutes ago, you said that you partially started the conflict, but now you're telling us that they're the ones who are starting the conflict. So I'm a little confused. Like, did you start the conflict, or did they?
The thing what I mean is they started a conflict because they misunderstood me and were being very inconsiderate and rude, because I was trying to explain to one of them that I didn't have control over my actions because I had issues at the time. And I've been working overtime to get a fix on that. Now I don't want anything to do with them, period. Or want anything to do with this drama or this conflict. I'm trying to like avoid this and like put a stop to it altogether. But people like Multi-Shadow EXE and Reaper the Hellrider Hedgehog and these other people who are basically out to get me